So I was sitting at the table, and I'm always getting steak. I love red meat. So both Frankie and Sly start breaking my chops and going, you know what? You should go to a cardiologist. All that red meat you eat. And I said, I don't have a problem. I don't have cholesterol. But, you should play it safe. You just never know. So, of course, they turned me on to this cardiologist. So I did went to his office. I did every single test you could imagine. And then he said, okay, I have these students that are in this other room, conference room. They're from every part of the world, Australia, Israel, whatever. They're all cardiologists. I like to show them their scans and see if they agree with my assessment. So I go in there and they had a big monitor and everything, echocardiogram, this one, whatever, x-rays. And he said, okay, who would like to make the first assessment? This guy from India. He goes, well, it's obvious after seeing the test results and the imaging that he needs a quadruple bypass. And then doctor go, who else? Every single cardiologist said, yeah. We recommend he immediately goes into the hospital and do the, where do they put that thing up your groin or your wrist?
Yeah. It's an invasive angiogram or cardiac catheterization.
So they said, Mr. Torsha, we highly recommend that you prepare to go to Providence, and we're going to scope you, and if we feel it's necessary, we're going to immediately do most likely the quadruple bypass. I stood up and go, I had two friends breaking my balls over lunch last week. I came here with no ailments. I mean, I do my cardio like I just stole the machine. Hard, intense, heavy weight training, 2 hours, 6 days a week. I have no ailments. I have no symptoms. And you're all saying I need a quadruple bypass. Yes. Blah, 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 blah. I said, I just don't believe it. I said, well, I will go. 2 days later, he had scheduled me to go there to be scoped. And sure enough, I'm on the table. I had, with the little gown freezing my ass off. The room so cold. I guess it has to be cold when they do the procedure. And I see the two surgeons up there. And they had told me, hey, listen, if we see it, we're going to immediately crack you open and do it.
Right.
So, of course, now I've called every single friend of mine. I've called my relatives. I did my will, say goodbye to my dogs, friends, because they said, you got to sign that waiver because anything can happen on the table, even when they scope you, right?
Yeah. Right.
So now I'm laying on the table, freezing my ass off, and I'm watching the thing and they put it through my wrist. And I'm watching. I go, hey, doc, I told you there's nothing there. It's pretty damn clear to me. He turns to the other surgeon and goes, guess we're not making a lot of money today.
God.
Pull the scope out. Okay. Of course, he never came to the room because I wanted to rip his head off.
Yeah.
So I then called the doctor. I said, what the hell's going on? Mike, we forgot to take into consideration you have a very extremely muscular pectoral area. And from now reevaluating the images, the muscle fiber created a shadowing effect. Therefore, we all thought that it was blockage, and when it was shadowing effect. In fact, your arteries are crystal clear.
Yeah.
Silky smooth. I go, doc, you put me through all that shit, wrote my will, telling everybody goodbye.
That's an intense experience.
And I go, really? And you had all these doctors from all over Australia, India, Japan, China. I think they just agreed with you because they didn't want to argue with you. So maybe next time you do it, don't put them on the spot because they all said I needed quadruple bypass.